So I say again, come be delusional with me. I want to hear about your goals. I want to hear about what you have planned for this year. This year, I'm not asking for much of other people. I'm asking everything that I want from the universe. I want to go beyond my wildest dreams. I want to push myself and the people I root for to be better, to turn dreams into reality, to reach, to stretch, to stay flexible, and expect more. I've never started a year off like this before. I'm basically rebranding my mindset. Some people would call it delusional. And honestly, I totally agree because you kind of have to be in delusion to challenge the status quo. I've said this out loud before, maybe a little too out loud. I remember a few years ago, I was in a leadership meeting, the kind where big goals, new practices, no extra resources, of course. Yeah, that kind of meeting. My boss finished the rundown feeling hopeful. I said, hell yeah, we're going to rock this quarter. And she loved the energy and said, I love that attitude. And I said, yeah, it's delusional. Silence. I tend to say things out loud when I should only say them in my head, but everyone looked at me like, did she just say that? So I doubled down. I said, you have to operate in delusion to hit goals with these resources. You plan to win anyways. And you know what? We did not hit the goal that quarter, but we did make record breaking profits for the quarter and we hit every operational goal. So this year, I'm choosing delusion for myself. And I suggest you do too. Make a plan to win. If someone's already done what you want to do, that's your reference point. And if no one has, congratulations, you're in uncharted territory. I've got a mix of both this year. To my 5 followers and my biggest fan, Mr. Mancini, cheers to the new year. Welcome to OneHappyLime. I guess you can call it a rebrand because I've learned so much. So I'm curious to know, are we still even doing New Year's resolutions? Are we just starting wherever we can? I mean, there are good things to both. You can always restart. Every day you wake up is a new restart. But are we making big plans for New Year's still? Also, off subject, but one subject. Like I said previously, I've learned so much last year about editing, podcasting, and things like that. I want to know, do you guys like it better when there is music in the background, or do you like it better when it is just me talking? Leave that in the comments. Okay, now back to resolutions. Here is what my delusional things that can happen for this year. This is what I want for me. I want to travel to like 5 places this year. When I travel, my brain switches into like exploration mode. I get curious. I get open. I get the most bang for my buck mentally and emotionally. I don't know. Am I the only one or do you feel that way too? Also, I want to experience right here at home too. I want to try new small restaurants. I want to support local businesses. I actually love exploring this city because I didn't grow up here. And for you guys that don't know, I am originally from California, but I moved to the Midwest and I live in Missouri now. So the things that I learn all the time are like new places, new shopping areas, new restaurants, and I kind of have fun doing that. And would you like me to take you with me? Even though I'm kind of camera shy, you might enjoy seeing the food and I'm not sure if I'm going to be in front of the camera or behind the camera because again, I don't see how people do it just be in front of the camera like that. But that may be something I need to work on this year. You might hear my voice before you see my face, but we'll figure that out together. If any of this resonates with you, If you're craving moments, curiosity, or a reset, go ahead and like and subscribe and tell me in the comments what you're being a little delusional about this year. Because here's the honest part. I've lived in this city for about 10 years, and outside of my immediate family, I've got maybe like two friends that I really do things with. It's hard leaving the nest, and I'm excellent at excuses. In winter, it's too cold. In spring, it's too rainy, and tornado warning. In the summer, it's too hot, humid, and the Midwest bugs are so big, they should be paying bills. I would go into the other seasons, but I feel like you get the point. Last year, I created time for myself to kind of have like a breather moment away from like the corporate grind. And in that, I discovered that I actually like to write. So I am just an ordinary person who took the time to listen to like my wants and needs and discovered that writing makes me happy. So I want the courage this year to share a short story or two, or maybe a poem. We'll see how that goes. I also like writing the scripts for my podcast. So it's cool to give like a guideline and explore into different things. And then another good delusional thing, I'm a sucker for a rom com, maybe an extra in a rom com or a Hallmark movie. Or, hey, Tyler Perry, holler at me. He's been doing really good. I can't remember the name of the last movie that I watched of his, but it was a really good rom-com, and I'll probably put it down in the comments below after I like go through my binge watching on my streaming service to tell you where to go. I also, like many of us, want to get into better shape, but I feel like that's like a New Year's resolution for everyone every year. And I have worked in the retail space, in clothing and groceries. I know that in the grocery space, you order up all of the salads and the healthy stuff because people will buy it. And also, I know that in the clothing space, this is where the workout gear. So I'm wondering how long I can stick to it. And since I said it out loud in public to my YouTube family, I feel like I will give you guys a follow up whenever you ask, like, are you still sticking with the workout? Because, we all have dreams. And the truth is, when I sit still too long, the world can start to feel overwhelmingly grim. My nervous system goes haywire, and I just want to stay in bed for weeks. I've shared my mental health journeys before in previous podcasts, and what I've learned is this: if I wait to go somewhere, it might not exist by the time I'm ready. We know what the world is looking like, global warming. So if there's an island you want to visit, do it now while it still exists. If I'm afraid to try new foods, I might miss out on my new favorite dish. And if I stay stuck in existential dread about humanity, well, I give up and I miss the chance to learn, connect, and grow. You can't build a village if you don't want to show up and be a villager. And so this year, I want to meet new people and expand my village. And I do understand that when you're vulnerable, there is a chance that you may get hurt or taken advantage of. But this year, I'm going to try. And if bad things or things I don't want to happen, I'm going to dust myself off, and I'll probably just share on the podcast about some shady dealings, which makes life a little bit more richer. And I've heard the saying that you never lose, you only learn or you win. And so I'm down with that. A little delusion and a solid plan is definitely a win. So, that said, to my wonderful people that have been listening, come explore with me. Dream big with me. Let's go into delusion together. I would love to hear in the comments about what your big plans for this year is. And for those of you reading the comments, be supportive. and be a little vulnerable and let us know what your plans are and your new endeavors are, because I am rooting for the everyday, average, ordinary person that is like me, that is waking up day to day, just looking for a little sunshine. So I want to hear about the new apartment. I want to hear about the new job. I want to hear about all of the new aha moments that you would share or that you don't have anybody to share with. I am totally here for you. And so this year I haven't figured out like a cute little outro, but um I might add a little music at the end, who knows, after I edit. But I will talk to you next podcast. Bye. Okay, wait a minute. Stop. Wait, don't go. I found the movie we were looking for. It's called Finding Joy. Here's the cast. Pause if you need to. Here is the description according to Wikipedia. And you're welcome. Bye.